Yankovic back on the show tomorrow. We're going to be talking about the Blu-ray drop of the movie Weird, the Al Yankovic story. Our buddy Steve Byrne is going to be checking in on Wednesday. He is going to be doing New Year's Eve at Hilarities. That would be December the 31st by my math. Anything else happening at Hilarities in the near future?
Yeah, December 28th. We actually just added a late show to my going away night, 9:45 p.m.
Something else.
Tickets available now.
The 23rd, the Home for the Holiday show, where a bunch of comics just get there.
No,
I
think it was
Jr.
Mary's
show?
late show.
Oh,
okay.
Okay. You think?
Blake Hammond's going to be there on Thursday. He's great. He's been on the show
Yeah,
before.
lots of fun at Hilarities.
Oh, boy. Hilarities.com. People just go there and buy your tickets?
They are there. They are
that's
up.
exciting.
They are ready for whoever would like one.
Cavs play tonight
John Reap, too.
in Orlando. If you want to hear the Cavaliers play the Magic, you'll hear it here on MMS and on the iHeartRadio app. 7 o'clock tip down there. Shohei Ohtani decided he loves L.A. He didn't want to leave California. So all the rumor milling about was he going to go to the Cubs? Was he going to go to He's going to the Dodgers for $700 million. And people are saying he's in no way being overpaid. He's a singular talent. And they say that his contract has no parallel in modern-day baseball. A 10-year, $700 million contract. How old is he? Early 20s?
Say like 25 or 26.
Shohei Ohtani. He has been playing with the L.A. Angels, so he ain't even leaving California. 29 years old.
That's,
Do you think he'll play to 39? I mean, this is the beauty of these kinds of deals, is they get you when you're red hot, and you can sign a deal like this. Well, he can. I mean, he is operating in a completely different sphere, even among the elitist of athletes, if that's a word.
Mm-hmm.
And so 10 years, $700 million. There's simply no way to know what that is per year. But even if this dude flames out in year 3, Bobby Bonilla Day is going to become Shohei Ohtani Day. He was so loving Southern California because, quite frankly, why wouldn't you? And it's probably not a long flight home. So he's not going to the Blue Jays. He's not, all these people whose job it is to know these things were like, sending out tweets and he's on a flight. He's going to meet with Toronto. And they're like, no, didn't leave California.
I mean, it makes sense for him to be in Southern California.
Of course.
It's
Why move across the continent to, even if the Cubs were going to give him $600 million, and at the time they said, well, he's not going to do better than that. And the Dodgers said, hold my beer. Hold my wildly overpriced beer. So they said, take away his hitting or his pitching, and he'd still be one of baseball's best players.
Wait, what is he going to do if he's not hitting and pitching?
That was my question.
That's like the whole thing is like that he hits and pitches.
I don't know.
He's not like a first baseman. He's a pitcher. Like he's DH if he's not pitching.
I don't know. But these people, they get all dewy-eyed talking about him, these sports writers. It's like they're creaming their jeans writing about Shohei Ohtani. And he left Japan when he was 23 to enter Major League Baseball here in the States. And he's, but they go on and on and on about it. So, yeah. The $360 million record for a free agent was set by Aaron Judge last December. And that's kind of what makes you laugh about these big-time contracts, is they just keep getting bigger. I don't know that anybody is going to go north of $700 million. Again, I mean, he's if anybody's going to command that kind of money, it's going to be him. Split that salary in two, you could pay 2 Hall of Famers. But, he said, I want to win.
Dodgers are a good team.
Now, of course, the big loser in this, you guessed it, Trevor Bauer, who was hoping that he'd be able to walk right back into the Angels or the Dodgers and go, hey, guess what? That bitch was lying. Where's my contract? But ironically, he's in Japan, isn't he? I think Trevor
Korea,
Bauer. Korea. There you go.
Korea.
So for all the people who had now, of course, there were bets on FanDuel as to where Shohei Ohtani would go. And boy, I lost a considerable amount of money because I thought for sure he was going to go back to Japan. And boy, was I wrong. But I deserve to lose that money because, of course, they weren't even in the running. I was just trying to think outside the box. You know, high risk, high reward.
Amen, brother.
Everybody was saying he's going to go. I go, nope, he's going back to Japan. And he did not. So there's that whole thing. I played the little clip before we went to break of Smokey Robinson doing that cameo. Some guys asked him to wish their friend a happy Hanukkah. They spelled it with the CH. And so he had no idea what Chinooka was.
Hey, Marco, how you doing? Surprise, surprise. This is Smokey Robinson. I know you didn't expect to hear from me, but I was contacted by your sons, Jeff and Jared, and they wanted me to wish you happy Chinooka. I have no idea what Chinooka is, but happy Chinooka because they said so.
Mm-hmm. And I mentioned that we were talking last week that celebrities have to be careful on Cameo because there are people who will want you to record yourself saying things that might seem strange to you. Smokey Robinson thought Chinooka was really weird. But there have been celebrities who've gotten caught up before in like white power groups who buy a cameo from them, and they don't know what any of the words are in the thing because they don't call themselves the White Aryan Nationalist Front. They call themselves like Fathers for Liberty or whatever, you know, the Oath Keepers. And I think those... Boy
Scouts of America.
There you go. So celebrities have gotten caught up in that kind of stuff before, and then you don't have to do a really huge mea culpa because you're like, look, I'm just getting these requests from people and I'm doing them. Recently, there were a number of people who got duped into making what turned out to be Russian propaganda videos on Cameo. People like Elijah Wood, Kate Flannery from The Office, Dean Norris, who played Hank on Breaking Bad, John C. McGinley, everybody knows him from a whole bunch of things. He was on Scrubs. But all of these people were getting requests to wish a guy named Vladimir good thoughts and vibes, a guy named Vladimir who had been struggling with substance abuse. Well, what this was is that all these videos were taken and repurposed to make it look like Vladimir Zelensky, the head of Ukraine, the propaganda that he has a substance abuse problem.
Oh, God.
And look at all these American celebrities that are wishing the president of Ukraine to get better soon because he's a drug addict. So there's Russian propaganda that these actors didn't really know. Sometimes it jumps out at you. I don't know if we've all been in this boat, but I've gotten over the course of time that I've been on Cameo, I've gotten a couple of requests that were you could just smell something was wrong about them. The way they were written, what the directions were, and obviously that you decline those. But if you're getting, and again, I don't know what these people charge. I'm sure that there's probably a pretty big range between Kate Flannery from The Office and Elijah Wood. Priscilla Presley got caught up in this. And so all these people were asked to provide messages of support for somebody named Vladimir. And so publications were reaching out to all of these actors. And Kate Flannery of The Office, she was the redhead that was naked a lot on that show. You know,
Meredith.
Meredith, thank you. This one publication said that she was the only person whose publicist called back and said that she was very upset and that she unequivocally supports Ukraine. But Elijah Wood, it costs $340 to do that. It ain't cheap. Costs you almost $500 to get Ted C. McGinley. Because some of these people are on Cameo, but they also make it kind of prohibitively expensive.
Right, they don't want
They
to.
don't
They don't want to
yeah.
do a ton of cameos. You know, if you make it a couple $100, you know, you're down to clown.
Wasn't it a couple years ago where they talked about who had the highest rate? I think it was like Caitlyn Jenner or something like that. Hers was like $2,000.
I don't know about that. I know Brian Baumgartner, also from The Office, is the highest earner on Cameo.
I know
the highest earner, but
highest earner. I'm sorry, the highest rate.
Yeah,
highest rate.
Yeah,
I think
it
Caitlyn
was,
Jenner was
had
like $2,000.
Yeah, it was
Right.
really high.
Because she probably was like, I don't want to have to do a bunch of these. And if anyone who spends $2,000, I'll pretty much do whatever you want.
Yeah.
I can't imagine who would want Caitlyn Jenner to wish them like a happy birthday.
I mean, Fran Drescher, who's been
Sing
in
the
the,
Jesus verse, Caitlin.
Yeah, Caitlin, do the whole song or it doesn't count.
Fran Drescher has been in the news a lot over the past year because she's the head of SAG-AFTRA. Of course, they were on strike. Her cameos are $999.
Oh my
But she donates her proceeds to charity.
Oh.
So some celebrities do it as kind of a side hustle, and other people go, hey, yes, that's a lot for me, but this is all going to charity. That's why it's so high.
No way, that money would be mine.
Well, of course. You're not Fran Drescher.
Right.
For you, it would be a side hustle, and understandably so. You know, anybody
She's
charging...
rich.
Huh?
She's very rich.
Right.
How many seasons was The Nanny on? Like 10?
No clue.
Was it on that long? I remember
Maybe
watching it
8.
because it wasn't on cable. It was on regular TV.
The Nanny was on for 6 seasons.
6. Only 6, huh? Still a lot, but...
From November 3rd, 1993 to June 23rd, my birthday, 1999. Never saw one frame of The Nanny. But I think Fran Drescher's pretty hot.
Especially
And-
back then.
Yeah. You know, and she's done a handful of sitcoms since then. There's been Fran Drescher vehicles for her to star in. But yeah, that show off before the 2000s hit. So there's a lot of celebrities who are concerned now because they're being used for Russian propaganda. Speaking of Russian propaganda, Tucker Carlson. He has decided that being on X, Elon Musk's former Twitter platform, wasn't moving fast enough for him. So
but they were getting so many views and had so much engagement. It was setting all these records. How could this have turned out so different than what we were being told?
He's launched his own subscription service.
Oh my God.
And Alex Jones is back on X. He has been off. Elon Musk banned him. I don't remember why, but Elon Musk banned Alex Jones for a while. But he has been reactivated over there on X. Elon Musk calls himself a free speech absolutist, which is absolutely not true. He bans people all the time just because he doesn't like them. He told Bob Iger to go F himself, over Disney not wanting to spend money. And now he's big mad that Disney doesn't want to spend money. These guys love the free market as long as it works in their favor. But Alex Jones hanging out with Tucker Carlson, which should come as a shock to no one. So he's back in the mix. If you're an Alex Jones fan,
Wait,
you might have already left Twitter,
did I miss something?
but he's back.
Elon, does Tucker Carlson own Twitter now?
He does not. But
Elon still has it.
Yeah.
when Tucker Carlson was fired from Fox News, he went over to X.
And did what?
Like a live
he had a TV
stream
show.
show.
Oh, okay. That is what I missed.
Periscope
I didn't know
doesn't
that
exist
happened.
anymore, correct?
Correct.
Correct. Whatever the video component of Twitter is now, he was
It's
doing that
just-
kind of stuff.
Yeah, Twitter.
Periscope was hot for like...
Periscope was the jam for a while.
It was like a summer, not even like a year, but Periscope was hot for like a summer because
Some people hung on. There were some people that were on Periscope for a long time.
there was a bunch of fights, and now they're just on Twitter anyways.
Somebody put a little supercut together of Tucker and Alex Jones hashing it out.
Alex Jones is not a crazy person.
They want to bring the world population down to 500 million. The human era is over. They just are like pod people.
Fundamentally, Alex Jones is right about a lot of things.
Everyone's going to be mind controlled. We're going to ban beef. The jihadi sleeper cells, 5G bathing you in them, big holograms. You got to watch and worship.
We're guessing there's a kind of spiritual sensitivity to Alex Jones. Maybe that's his secret.
You will be humbled, and you will get old, and your teeth will fall out, and your hair will fall out, and you will get cancer, or you will have a heart attack. And literally building the mark of the beast, you have to worship the beast that can be seen by all on earth at the same time.
What did Alex Jones do wrong? It was more than $1 billion judgment against you for saying something other people didn't like. This $1 billion judgment against you for having naughty opinions. I don't see a lie in that. You've been very clear in a very direct, pretty masculine way, I would say. A little bit surprised, but not at all ashamed to say I agree with pretty much everything that you've said. Can I just say that the phrase cucked husbands is the best? Alex Jones is not a...
I like that Tucker Carlson refers to Alex Jones talking about Sandy Hook children being fake deaths and crisis actors as naughty language.
Naughty language.
That's a lot of naughty language. That's one way to put it. Hey, listen, let him back on X. Who gives a fat frog's ass? I never understood why they took him off in the first place. He's got ideas. He's got thoughts. Let him put them out there. Who cares? There's more people going over to Threads now anyway. I don't know what the end game is for X.
I don't know what
Twitter,
the end game is for Threads.
For any
I'm
of
still
it.
not on Threads.
You know, some people swear by Threads. I haven't done anything there in months.
How much did Elon pay for Twitter?
$40 billion.
Yeah.
So do you think the inventor of Twitter is at all pissed that he created this website that was
He
like...
cashed out a long time
But that's
ago.
what I mean. He made a ton of money. But there still has to be a certain amount of pride in, like... Twitter was a viable source for information for a while, where you could go there and you knew you were going to get reputable information.
That's not true.
From certain accounts,
Verified accounts.
verified BBC or The Who, or like, you know, like...
BBC.
You know what I mean? Like,
but that's true anywhere, though. That wasn't just...
but
No,
I don't
once
feel
those
like that on Twitter at
Once
all.
those verifications went away
On X now, I'm
by
like,
design,
I don't believe
it's
any
not-
of this.
Well, but also if you were the person who, Jack Dorsey or Biz Stone or any of those guys that were involved with the first days of Twitter, it's not your thing anymore. So once you cashed out and sold it, it's like, I
Well, it's
made
not
that,
even-
but it's not what I made.
And then Elon changed the name of it anyway, so
Yeah, it's
Well,
fully
you're
not
like,
their
okay.
thing.
Yeah, just ask how Tom feels about MySpace. It was a dying medium, and so he was like, let me just sell this to Justin Timberlake. And that's
he
what
didn't even sell it to Justin Timberlake. He sold it
to someone else.
someone
and he
else,
sold
then
it to
Justin Timberlake bought it
And I
on
still
the
don't know.
cheap.
Yeah, I still
and
don't know
it
why
still
he
lost
bought it.
money.
Is MySpace still a thing?
I think MySpace is it's used for a different purpose. It's not the
It's like
same.
comics and bands and
It
I
makes,
don't even
yeah,
think,
it's like a
I think it's
platform
mostly
for-
bands.
Yeah,
featured
Mostly,
content. Oh, yeah, it looks like all music now.
Yeah.
which was lit because I remember I used to change my profile every day.
Your
I would have
Mm-hmm.
my profile song. My last song I remember being on there was Plies, Bust It Baby.
Oh, God.
It was Plies, and then I had like my name coming down off the top like little streamers, and then
Here's what's on the front page of MySpace.
changed my layout.
Bikini Kill, detail 2022 summer tour.
That's your MySpace. Mine says Louder Than Life.
Oh, yeah, that too. But if you scroll down, Bikini Kill, who I like a lot, but 2022
Did they get
is not new information.
Did they get rid of all the MySpace pages?
No clue.
Because I can't find mine. I
And
can't.
Probably.
Yeah, they might have like just cleaned house and
So they have to, if they lose a bunch of people, they have to get rid of the servers, right? Otherwise, they're just wasting money.
Yeah,
thing.
I don't know. Ask JT that.
Because I got a bunch of
Yeah,
like,
Right,
call him,
Timberlake.
call him.
Hit him up. Go, hey, what's going on with MySpace?
hey, Cleveland's best sport talker. Just want to know.
Yeah.
yeah, I just want the old pictures of me in oversized clothes. Like those were in my,
You don't have those on an old phone somewhere?
the old phone's probably gone. I have like one phone back. So I have like my old, like my last Android. And now I've been iPhone since like 2020.
I used to have a Windows phone. Did anybody else have a Windows phone?
I
Where
did
it
not.
looked exactly, it was a slide phone. So it was like a big, giant chunk. It was thick. And the front screen, you got a little stylus, it looked exactly like a Windows computer.
Like a Palm Pilot? Like an old Palm Pilot?
Kind of, but it was a Motorola.
I know what you're
And then you would slide up, and their keyboard was underneath.
Huh.
Yeah.
But it was a Windows-operated phone. I loved that. Was probably my favorite cell phone I ever had. I loved that phone.
I am fed up with Android users because, first of all, the group chats are totally different. And my mom's sending emojis. It takes up the entire screen. I'm like, you need to get an avatar or something. You can't just be sending me. I don't want to have to hit play on your damn emoji. It's ridiculous. First world problems. But
I understand. Hey, listen, if you're using it, you got to like what you're using.
like literally, I'll send a crying, laughing emoji, and it's just, to just say, haha. She'll be like, ha, and it takes up the entire screen with sparkly letters and all these little gadgets. It's a GIF. I'm like, ugh.
Wow. He's got some thoughts.
Step your weight up.
Yeah. I'm going to take a break here. I'll have those Machine Head tickets for you a little bit later on. If you don't get to see them at Sonic Temple, you can see them when they come to Cleveland in the spring. So we'll do those